The state promised action after seeing an I-team investigation on the hidden dangers of residential elevators, and the insurance commissioner has delivered.
The I-team, Dana Fowle, is here with a strongly worded letter sent out to thousands of people statewide, telling them to be very careful if they have children and a home elevator. Dana, this can be very dangerous.
Oh, it absolutely is. And I got to tell you, we were the first to sound the alarm on this growing and dangerous problem. The commissioner said he didn't know about these deaths and injuries to children in home elevators until he saw our investigation. Now he is warning parents with a letter that starts off in bold red print. Urgent. The letter comes on strong. It has come to my attention of hazards that exist with residential home elevators. Commissioner Ralph Hudgens, whose office inspects in-home elevators, warns that children can get trapped between the car gate and the landing door, causing serious injury or possibly death. He wrote this after watching this. The Helveys' daily struggle to take care of their brain-damaged son. Jacob, now 6 years old, was crushed Christmas Eve 2010 in the family's home elevator. It was a normal day. His mom, Brandy, ran upstairs to check on laundry. But for the first time, Jacob did something different. He opened the elevator door and stepped in, but he didn't open the cab's accordion door. So he was trapped between the two doors when the elevator started moving. This hard-to-watch animation, created for their lawsuit, shows what they think happened.
He was down here watching his cartoons, playing with his cars on the fireplace. I had all the gates up, the doors locked.
They never assumed a child could even fit into that space between the doors. And even if he did, they also assumed a safety mechanism would keep the elevator from moving if something was trapped.
Dana's here now. You've been investigating this and found some disturbing things.
Yes, Mike White has watched the Helvey story. He has an elevator, too, in the hallway for a similar reason. He has an elderly uncle who can't use the stairs living in the house. And just like the Helveys, he has curious little ones coming and going.
It strikes so close to home because I have grandchildren that could have been.
But they weren't, because he got a warning shot. His dog got trapped between the two doors.
The dog was able to get between the elevator and between the inside door and the outside door, which was, in my case, I think 6 3/4 inches.
The dog dropped through the crack but fell to the ground. Fortunately, they were on the first floor.
We're about 5 5/8.
Monique Swire, a certified elevator mechanic hired by the Whites to put in a new system, says that's too wide. In the state's warning letter, more than 9,000 homeowners are reminded to get their elevator inspected to make sure it meets code, 5 inches or less.
I found 8-inch gaps.
Ms. Swire says on inspections, she rarely finds a residential elevator that does. When you show them this gap and you say it's too wide, what do they say?
In 10 years, nobody has ever wanted to fix it.
This is what she wants to see, only a 4-inch gap between doors, just like you'd find on a crib or stair rails, so that a child's head just can't fit in. And she'd also like to see families add some of their own safety features, like the kind you see on a garage door, a sensor that recognizes when somebody's trapped. At the very least, she recommends a space guard attached to the door and door locks out of reach of little hands. You're lucky.
I am. I am.
And he's been thinking about that, I'll tell you. Now, the state has actually sent out a second warning letter about problems with the locks inside the door. It's at the top of the door. That's the lock that keeps that door from opening when the elevator is on another floor. Seems it often slides out of place when a new home settles, and a lot of these are in new homes. So too often homeowners open that door and they find this big gaping hole right there in the floor.
Wow, just amazing. Now, aren't residential elevators inspected as well?
Yeah, no. I mean, initially by the installer, they do work, probably a local for code, they do it. State inspector will drop by, yes. But After that, homeowners tend to neglect to get them inspected regularly. So these units can go years without a look. So do me a favor, jump over to my Facebook page, like me there if you can. I have a list, an at-home checklist where you can see what you need to do to keep your elevator in shape and to see what kind of shape it's in. That link will also be on our station website. I'll post it to Twitter. It also includes the state's 2 warning letters. So let's say I've had an elevator in my house for 10 years, never had it inspected. I sold my home to you.
Right.
You may not get it inspected. This can go on and on and on.
Yeah. It's so nice to see. I know you all do great work down there in the I-team, but making a difference. So the state is aware and sending out those letters. That's good.
You said they're changing the law in North America because of
they're looking into to that. We don't know anything about that yet, but we have contacted the North American Standards Group, and
good.
Rumor is they're looking at it, but we don't have any confirmation.
Okay. All right, good. Well, at least they're looking at it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dana. It's now 7:40.